Good morning, everybody, and welcome to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. My name is Jazz, and with me I have my sidekick.
Ain't no sidekick. I'm co-signing everything. My name is Tara.
Yes, 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 and we are your superpower duo for this next hour. How you doing, Tara?
I'm all right. How are you? This is your first time physically in the studio at WMSC. How you doing?
I am in studio, you guys. I feel like a real radio presenter right now. Like
You've
I started
been
taking
a
pictures.
real radio presenter because we haven't stopped this thing since we kept this going through all the pandemic. But
Of
you
course,
are in
period.
studio right now.
I feel like royalty, honestly. Like I felt like a tourist taking pictures in
Don't
here just
say
now.
royalty. We're gonna dunk on them for a
You
while
see, that's
later.
you see. I wanted to segue kind of in there. You saw what I did there?
I see it. I see it. I see it. But we are going to talk about more updates because updates keep coming on the situation with the royalty in Turn Up the Volume.
Yes,
Hey.
yes, yes, man.
Okay. We are going to talk about more updates on this situation with Buckingham Palace are coming through, including some stuff from a while ago that's just coming to light now. We're going to talk about traveling during possibly traveling during the twilight hours of the pandemic, but starting it off right, we're going to talk about what happened last night. Now I know some of y'all hear that and you get scared, right? They're like, what happened last night? I don't remember what happened last night. I don't, who are
We're
you?
really in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, but some people get scared when they hear we need to talk about last night. But this is not one of those times. Some
Fortunate for
stuff
you.
went down on Montclair State's campus that, we need to discuss because it almost put this show and a lot of other shows in jeopardy. We'll get there. We have a whole bunch of stuff to run down today. I'm glad everybody is here. But starting things off right now, Matt, my favorite sports presenter on this earth.
Good morning.
What is up?
Good morning.
In Montclair sports, yesterday the women's volleyball team won 3-0 against Kane University to advance 2-1 on the season, while the Redhawks women's field hockey team lost their season opener against Kane 2-4. Today, the men's and women's soccer teams will have their season opener against Stockton University, and women's lacrosse plays tomorrow against Cabrini, as well as the women's volleyball team who take on Rutgers Camden. Then on Friday, the women's basketball team will face off against Kane University in the NJAC semifinals, and the men's basketball team will face off against NJCU and the NJAC semifinals. And in professional sports, in the MLB, the Mets won yesterday 5-3 against the Cardinals in their 8th spring training match as they look to get ready for the start of the season, while the Yankees lost yesterday 5-6 against the Detroit Tigers. And in the NBA, the All-Star break is now over as the second half of the season starts today. We will see the Nets face against the Boston Celtics tomorrow, and the Knicks will play the Milwaukee Bucks. As of right now, both New York teams are in the playoffs, so that is a storyline to keep track of for the rest of the season. Yesterday in the NHL, we saw the Rangers lost 2-4 to the Penguins, and the Devils lose a close one, 4-5 against the Capitals. The Devils will be facing off against the Islanders tomorrow, while the Rangers will be going up against the Bruins. And today, in sports history, Pete Rose makes his baseball debut in 1963 with hits in his first two at-bats. As we know now, Rose is the leader in hits of all time with 4,256, but he is not in the Hall of Fame due to his links with sports gambling. Let's send it back to you guys.
I told you guys we have our very personal Stephen A. Smith here. Thank you, Matt, for that rundown.
Hello. Hello, Jaslyn. How are you today? How are you on this day?
I'm feeling pretty darn fantastic, Tara. How about yourself?
I'm okay. I was a little bit anxious, but before we get into why I was anxious, let's talk about the weather. Right now in right by Montclair, it's 38 degrees, going up to a high of 56 today, and it's supposed to be sunny. So hope y'all have a good day. Get outside if you can, get some air. But we got to talk real quick, right? Because last night,
every relationship's dreaded question.
we need to sit down. We gotta have a sit down. So pull up a chair, get some coffee. Because we got to talk about some real stuff right now, okay? So last night, I don't know if you got this text. I don't know if you got this text, right? But we got a text from the automated thing from Montclair saying there had been a power outage, right? I don't know if I still have it. I don't think I do because I usually swipe them away. But we got a text last night saying that there had been a power outage from, like, the automated number.
Yeah.
And I really didn't think nothing of it, honestly, because I'm not on campus. I'm not, whatever. And I just like, whatever. And then I get a call.
Oh, gosh.
So, and this is one of those things where, like, you couldn't make this up if you tried, right? So apparently what had happened was...
What had happened? Give us the rundown, Tara.
So apparently a raccoon had made their way into one of the transformers on campus, like the power transformers that sends power from the main lines to, all the different spots on campus. And that raccoon took it out. This is as I understand. I don't, I wasn't there. But what I was given to understand was that because of that transformer's failure, so many things went
wrong
down. Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if anybody tried to get on Montclair State's website last night during those hours. It was down. And then when it did come back up, it had an error message saying there was a power failure on campus. Please, bear with us, whatever. WMSC, all of our web stuff went down. We were still broadcasting on terrestrial because we had the tower, but everything else, all our like iHeartRadio and stuff, that went down.
You would have missed our beautiful voices this morning. Wouldn't that have been a shame?
Yeah, even the phone in the studio was messed up because we were talking last night about how we gonna, if we don't have all access to all the stuff, how we gonna do the show? And one of the ideas was like, okay, we'll have, people call in. We couldn't even have people call in. The phone was down. Everything was busted, right? And like all like academic stuff went down too. I don't know if Canvas stayed up because they're on a different server, like they're their own thing, but like all like anything Montclair related went down last night.
And you want to know what's hilarious, Tara, about this whole ordeal?
Tell me.
The entire time I was asleep.
Yeah.
So our lovely, lovely producer, Amanda, had called me about 5 times last night, right? And I'm taking a nap. So I wake up to my phone buzzing. I usually don't hear it, but it's like, I don't know, maybe my body was like, something's wrong. So I woke up and I see her calling me. So I'm like, yeah, what's up? She said, can you get on Discord right now? Because we're having a slight emergency. I'm like, oh, okay. I get on. And then that's when I look at my phone and I see the rave alerts. That's what they're called here at the lovely Montclair State University. If you have it, if you have it, you can see.
Yeah. Canvas and Nest did go down. So everything Montclair related went down.
And it was just like, I'm like, wait, what? And, my room was dark because, I was sleeping. My TV was off. So I had no idea of this. So I'm like, wow, you go to sleep for like 1 or 2 hours and the whole world comes. Armageddon.
A lot of stuff happens, right?
Right. So I'm, and I don't know if you also know this, but there was some pipe burst on Clove Road, like in town. So the water pressure was also messed up.
In the dark. That's wild. So like we're last night and like, mind you, this is off the heels of, and by the way, I am going to say this again because I feel like it. We won best college station in the nation, baby. I just want to get that in there. I just want to say that. I just want to just sprinkle that into the conversation like seasoning.
You're going to hear that a lot this week.
Oh, like every single day. You are. You're going to hear that this week. I want it on a tape so it can play it like a loop. But anyway, that just happened, right? So we're all like really excited about that. And then we go to do the buzz this week and everything is down.
Just and it's like, I'm telling you, it was Armageddon because I've never heard anything like that before. Like the entire threshold of this university was shut.
Right. Not just WMSC. Everything Montclair related was like completely out for the count. So that happened, right? Mm-hmm. So last night was a lot of very frenzied phone calls about what we were going to do today, which is actually why you're in studio right now.
Yes. Yes, that's
because
why.
we didn't know we'd have Zoom. We didn't even know if this was going to be a thing. So that's, it worked out, but this was wild. So this happened, right? Thank God we got everything sorted. It's good. We're here. You're here. I'm here. Listeners, you're here.
Life
We're
is
here.
good.
So all this said, obviously our student management team was talking last night. Everybody was on the line talking about things. And somebody floated the idea of, can we adopt the raccoon?
Why?
I don't know how to tell you this, but
Wait, hold on. They should have a seat first, Tara. Let them.
they should have a seat,
Have
and
a seat.
I feel like I don't want to be I feel like your parents should be the one to tell you this and not me, but like
Sometimes in life, kids.
things, when an animal gets into a transformer,
They go to a farm upstate. And that's currently
they go to a farm upstate.
Yes.
Or if you want to be slightly less sensitive about it, they die horribly. Because that's what happened to this poor animal. They got into a transformer. What do you think was going to happen?
We just ruined their innocence.
I'm sorry, okay? I didn't want to be the one to tell you this, but you're asking, like, can we adopt the raccoon? Ain't no raccoon no more.
Oh my, poor Agatha. Oh, that's what they decided. Mind you, again, I unfortunately missed all of the hoopla, but Agatha is no longer with us, kids, and
Yeah, F's in the chat for Agatha, but it was this whole thing where they're like, can we keep it? I'm like, if you mount them on the wall, maybe, but there ain't no raccoon no more. It's not happening. Like, I just like, can we keep it? I'm like, dude, that raccoon is baked Alaska right now. It is not.
But you see, I heard that dear Agatha survived out of the transmitter, but then died shortly after.
Oh, she was tough. She was tough, and I don't want to get into the gory details of the last hours of Agatha the raccoon's life, but it ain't no raccoon no more. Like, I don't know how much, like, it's just not kids. Kids,
I'm so sorry. Your dear Agatha went to the farm upstate. So
she went to the farm upstate where she is. Yeah, she went away to summer camp
permanently.
It's March.
Tara kills me. No, but on a more serious note, the whole transmitter fiasco, our Armageddon of 2021.
Don't say that.
Pardon?
After last year, I don't want to even joke about that.
Yeah, we're not even going to do that. But after the whole transmitter fiasco, a lot of students kind of were left with minutes to submit homework. Like, did you have that issue, Tara?
No, because my assignment due date is usually Thursdays and Sundays are when my teachers collect, so I usually end up working closer to those days. Mm-hmm. But like we said, like everything, this isn't just a WMSC thing. This is like everything at our school was out.
It's shut down.
Like, so there were students with literally like minutes left to get, like you said, minutes left to get their assignments in because the website was down until like 11 some odd last night, right?
Yeah, like 11:30 maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what time it came back on, but that is like, I mean, I feel like teachers should really like, you gotta work with this. It's not the student's fault. This is like a freak thing. Like, you can't. I don't know. I have no understanding for a teacher that like, wants to make a big, not be flexible and make a big deal out of this. But
okay, I mean, all is well in the world now. I'm here, in this lovely studio, it looks better in person. So
it done it.
Yeah, all the cute little posters and stuff. I wish you guys could see it. It's so pretty.
I remember we did those. You
said what?
As I remember when we did them. If there's like a little bit of a like delay between the two of us talking, it's because
I'm in the studio.
Yeah, we're not looking at each other, so don't worry about it. Um,
R.I.P. Agatha to the OG.
pour one out for Agatha.
Pour one up for Agatha. But let's get into some royal mess.
It is a royal mess, isn't it?
Let's kick us off, Tara, because this one is
we you know, I feel like the theme of today is just we gotta talk.
We gotta talk. So stay seated, guys. Don't get up yet.
But I don't think our audience are the ones that need to take a seat. I think other people need to take a seat.
Several seats.
This is from CNN. Oh, hey, that ad came on at full blast and made me deaf. Thanks for that, CNN.com. So I don't if you guys have been keeping up with this at home, Harry and Meghan, formerly of the royal family, who resigned from the royal family, just did a pretty open interview with Oprah on what happened and the circumstances before, what led up to them being, the only royal, significant royals in recent history to, step down from their post. And a lot of this stuff was, it was heavy stuff because, Meghan talked about how because she's a black woman, and she was talking about how, all the things that happened when she married Harry, like they were worried about, they were asking them about when she got pregnant, if the child's skin would come out a certain color, if it would be, quote, too dark or whatever.
Okay, so this is
wild stuff, right?
This is where we give you a 5th grade biology lesson. Commercial break. Hold on. So break from the CNN article.
Break.
If you went to 5th grade bio, they taught you this lovely format called the Punnett square, right? Remember when you guys used to do the big P, little p,
Yep.
big C, little c, if somebody's with blue eyes or brown eyes. So I don't know, maybe, I thought, maybe the royals have some of the best tutors and teachers in the world. If you didn't know, now you know. Meghan Markle's biracial, correct?
Yeah.
So her mother's black, her father's white.
Yes.
Harry is a full-blown ginger Caucasian male. So somebody please explain to me how a 50% black, 50% white, and 100% white couple can possibly create a dark-skinned child.
Well,
that would be such a cause for concern.
The fact that was even a question is ridiculous.
Yeah, let's get that. Let's get that first. Like the fact that why is it a problem? I mean, we know why it's a problem, but why is it a problem that the child would be dark skinned? But it's like, did you really think the child was gonna come out looking like me? Then come on. Let's be frank.
I can't deal with that. This is the type of thing that we're talking about. It's like they're fully operating under like one drop mentality, right?
Exactly.
Like they're concerned. They're like purity of the line and whatever. Like they're way off the deep end with that stuff. But that was happening, and they were talking about in this interview. But this isn't what the article today is, but because we're just catching you up on in case you didn't hear any of this stuff. She was talking about how like that happened, how, bad it was getting with the way that Meghan was getting treated, and how eventually it got to a point where, she was in a terrible place mentally and was considering, like, she was honest about the fact that she was considering suicide, right? While pregnant with her first kid, Archie, and how the royal family and, the royalty didn't even take her seriously. They didn't even offer any help whatsoever with, the immense amount of resources that they have access to. They didn't even, offer a hand or anything. And then when they did start to step down, before they fully resigned, when they said, we want to step back, Buckingham Palace cut all their security. They pulled all their security from these people.
And they had no choice because you
can't. No.
With
Finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, maybe if somebody knows about the royal family, I don't, and I personally don't care about this. I mean, I know as much as like history class will tell me, but
Right.
the
That's basically where I'm at.
yeah, like the politicking and the whole lush and lavishness of following the royal family, I don't know or care for. And I know that once you remove that, that's why I feel like they would have to inherently give up their titles anyway, because it's like they don't have that
It
protection.
was before. It was before that. It was before they fully like said we're out. It was when they said we just want to step back a little bit and take some time because Harry's like, my wife is, have in a terrible place and we're about to have a kid, The Buckingham's response to that was to cut their security. And then they left after that because at that point, what's the point? Like it's ridiculous. And it was, this is just to bring you up to speed on what's been happening. All of this stuff was clarified in the interview with Oprah that Harry and Meghan did. And it's sad. Like it's sad for many, many reasons, but we'll get to those because the last update and the reason we're still talking about this was that yesterday, Buckingham broke their silence. This is from CNN. Barely broke their silence on the story and said that allegations of racism were, quote, being taken very seriously. The whole family is saddened to learn the full extent of how challenging the last few years have been for Harry and Meghan. The issues raised, particularly that of race, are concerning.
It's terrible.
While some recollections may vary, they are taken very seriously.
I can't stand this girl.
This is where I'm at. Like, this is the most canned cookie cutter, like, low effort, low energy answer you could possibly give.
Do you know what it reminds me of?
What?
Like when a YouTuber like gets caught saying the N-word in like 2015.
Right, or like Logan Paul does something horrible.
Like, once every 6 months.
Yeah.
You come up with the breaking my silence. And then that's exactly the format that I feel like.
Thank you for your support. And like the fake tears, straight from the Visine bottle, like.
And then they're looking at their editor like, "Is this good? Is this good?
Yeah.
More tears? Okay."
I don't know. My content was just meant to be entertaining. Like it's very like this apology is so fake. Like you're reading it off a script. Like it's not even an apology in the case of Buckingham, but like I want to get into this for I think people have been dancing around this a little bit. I don't want to dance around nothing. I'm a terrible dancer. But we said this within like the first 5 minutes of our conversation last night. You want to bring summarize what we said because it was just like
this is right up my alley, Tara. Let's break it down. Let's break it down real quick. So first and foremost, the fact that so many, especially white Brits, were so confused and so surprised and shocked that this was happening baffles me. Like, your country is literally responsible for 65 Independence Days. You mean to sit up here and tell me that you were so shocked that Meghan went through this? And I'm so confused and I'm so surprised. How?
Did you not pay attention in school? Like every Independence Day starts with freedom from England. They're ground zero for white colonization in the world.
The 65 countries, like where I'm from, right? Ghana. Our independence was this past weekend, March 6th. That was their independence from Great Britain. And over the weekend, that was also the whole, Meghan Markle and Harry, news takeover. And I'm just sitting, I'm like, how? Like, I was like, what is going on here? Why are you so confused? Why are you so lost?
That like coming from that background, a bunch of old, rich, white people with no actual responsibilities in the world. Like, who is surprised at this? Like I honestly want to know. And I mean, it's just like, and it's the type of thing where like, it reminds you a little bit of Diana, like this woman getting, Princess Diana getting completely cut off from, although Diana didn't have the racial component, but this woman getting completely cut off from the crown because she's not being completely, obedient and subservient. But let's not downplay the race thing, because this is exactly who we're talking about. Nobody should be surprised that these people are racist. Nobody.
And just to give a quick history lesson, if you guys don't know, well, not history, just a vocab lesson. Like Meghan Markle, in passing, if you didn't know who she was, or if you didn't really look at her, you really couldn't tell that she is, a Black woman. She owns that part of herself. She was raised in that environment. So, we're not saying that she's downplaying that about herself at all. But it's like, if what is acceptable as a Black human being is causing this much strife, imagine if he went and married someone who looked a little bit darker, or who was, my skin color, my hair type, and brought her into that would be a show.
Yeah.
The Crown would have so much fun writing those scripts for their season.
Yeah.
It's
ridiculous. And it's ridiculous that people are surprised by this. And the other thing that really I'm kind of, in a roundabout way, I'm glad it's getting talked about, but it didn't have to happen at all, was the mental health aspect of this. You are you have some of the resources everywhere. You're the royal family. You have money and power beyond, you could reach out and purchase anything you want. And you couldn't help this woman who said she was ready to end her own life.
She's carrying your great-grandchild.
Forget the kid. A human being comes to you and says, I am so upset. I am in such a terrible place that I am staying up at night thinking about if I wasn't alive. You hear that and you tell her to walk it off? Are you serious right now? Are you, actually?
And the thing is, we talked about Princess Diana, right?
Right.
At the very least, Meghan had a support system. She had the support of her husband. Harry was willing to leave. First of all, I don't even think Harry cared for his life like that, to be honest. Harry was willing to up and leave everything to protect his wife. That's a partner. That's a support system. That's a husband.
Right.
Diana unfortunately didn't have that, because
she had Prince Charles, busted, disgusting, gross, nasty, vile, cheating self.
That pretty much sums it up. She had Prince Charles.
Yeah.
And she had to kind of do it with just her kids and on her own. And I feel like, she had the blood of Diana running through her and had the strength to leave. So we shout out to them. And another part of this whole update thing is John Oliver, right?
Yeah.
Back in 2018, he had given a very, quote, chillingly accurate prediction of Meghan.
We can't play it because there's cuss words in the video.
So I'm just gonna read. This is from the HuffPost.com.
Yeah, and this was on the Colbert Show.
This was on the Stephen Colbert
in 2018.
Show. He said, quote, I don't think you need to have just seen the pilot episode of The Crown to get a basic sense of what she might be marrying into, a family that could cause her some emotional complications. Right?
Right. And then Colbert goes, but this generation of them seems nice, right?
Seems like nice people. And then Oliver said, yeah, cautiously. I mean, they're an emotionally stunted group of fundamentally flawed people doing a very silly pseudo job. That's what she's marrying into. So I hope she likes it. It's going to be weird for her.
Oh, that rundown is just perfect. I mean, they're an emotionally stunted group of fundamentally flawed people doing a very silly pseudo job. What a perfect rundown of what the royal family is. That's perfect. If you do watch the video, the crowd is they're laughing, but it's an uncomfortable laugh, because this isn't the stuff that normally gets said. Anytime the royal family is discussed, it's, the opulence and the opulence of the royal wedding and the opulence of the palace and all the formalities and yada, yada,
First
yada.
Of all, I'm going to call out all the USA people who are obsessed with the royal family. That's weird.
Please do.
I remember William's wedding. People were camped out. What are you camping outside for? William is not coming to see you. Will and Kate are not coming to visit you. Like they're camping outside for a week. Some guy was camping outside a week before the wedding. I'm like, you live in Kentucky. What are you camping
Right.
outside to do?
What is your goal here? What do you think is gonna happen?
You don't have a
They're gonna notice you?
Family, friends, children.
Like, these people are so detached from reality, and you gotta laugh, right? Like, because at the end of the day, like, if we get down to brass tacks, as they say, these people mean nothing. They don't even hold significant political power. Like,
they're like used for diplomacy.
They're the Kardashians of Europe.
And that's putting it nicely.
Like, they make a lot of noise and get a lot of press, but at the end of the day, they don't actually do anything.
They're just there for the sake of tradition and, as the kids say these days, clout.
Right. I'm not cool enough to say that.
Yeah, I'm barely making the mark as is. But yeah, clout. But
yeah, like these people don't matter. Like, they even it's funny to me because like people get so wrapped up in this stuff. Meanwhile, you got Boris Johnson running your country back into the 1800s. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, you're concerned about these people who don't matter. They don't matter. They're not even like political people where you say, oh, this is, like a political thing. It's just literally, it's just aesthetic fluff, and that's fun, and that's
aesthetics,
fine.
That's the word.
Yeah, like, and that's fine, but to be taking this stuff so seriously, like, that's the thing, right? That's what gets me at the end of the day, right? Like, even in 2021, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this stuff was happening before 2021, but let's just, for the sake of the conversation, 2021. Even if up until this very moment, right, you had this history of being horribly racist, which they do, and being colonizers, which they do, and treating women horribly, which they do. Like, even if you had that history all up until this very moment, there is nothing to stop you from changing that. There's no, like, laws you have to go through. There's no formality, like, procedure you have to follow. You're the royal family. You can snap your fingers and Harry's, name is in the clear. There is no reason you have to perpetuate these terrible things, and yet you choose to do that.
It's and just to give you guys a very serious kind of take, because I know, WMSC, we do it all, right? In this life, Mama's gonna preach to y'all. In this life, there's morally good, morally bad, and then there's everything in the middle. And when it comes to the whole royal family issue, I really hope, even though it's not, we have people like Mr. Piers Morgan, throwing temper. She said, "Ew," throwing temper tantrums, and apparently it was because Meghan rejected him. Allegedly.
What Piers Morgan fails to realize is that nobody asked him.
Like, and it's like the issue that I have a lot of friends from the UK, right? Family members who currently live in the UK, and a lot of them say that it's not the problem with their racism is it's not so in your face. That's why they think that the United States is worse. You know what I'm saying? Because it's so in your face, so out loud, you're this and you're that, and go back home to where you belong.
MAGA, yeah.
And MAGA and all that. And, in the UK, it's so subtle and casual. Like, somebody even said that it's casual, so it shouldn't be that bad. And that's the problem.
It's not better. You're just used to it.
Exactly. And I feel like so much of their history, starting with the fact that they still uphold this monarchy, is the problem. It's the microaggressions. It's the quote unquote casual racism. It's the little things that you don't see until they build up so much to the point where a woman who's pregnant is laying asleep at night saying that she doesn't want to live anymore.
Yeah. I agree completely. And it almost makes it more insidious in a way. Like it's not, like in the United States, I feel like, like you said, it's very loud when people are like that. Off, not always, because there is still like really casual ingrained racism in the US, obviously. But the US, a lot of it's, people being very loud about their opinions and being loud about, what
Just being loud. Just being
yeah,
straight
but
up
like
loud.
just because that's not there in the UK doesn't mean it's not that racism is any less prevalent. Again, like look at your country's history. Look at the fact that you put Boris Johnson in charge.
Like, let's really talk about whose toupee is worse, Boris or Donald?
I don't know. They're cut from the same cloth though, so it makes sense. That dude is destroying your country. And like on the exact same type of platform that Donald Trump came into power on in the US. Like your racism is very real over there. Like it's not just, America, we like to, make fun of them because whatever. It's just as bad
It's
over
just that
there.
exact. It's just not as loud and in your face and blatant. And I think what people realize is that's why I use the word microaggression. It's like you make a subtle comment about a person's hair, other features,
Or what your
about
kid is going to come out
what your
looking
kid is
like.
gonna look like. It's like in the beginning, it's like maybe she didn't mean anything by it, but as a black woman or a black person or as a person of color, that hurts. Like you feel it, but because
And you see it, I assume, right? You
and you
see the
see it,
intentions behind that.
and because the majority feels like it's just a comment, or they take it as they don't see the historical context behind it. So because of that, it's like this thing, but the person saying is not gonna know, so they're gonna brush it off as they didn't mean it. Like being rude and being racist are two different things. You're not rude, you're racist.
Right.
Like
Right. I mean, that's. I feel like that needs to be on a plaque somewhere because there's so many people that don't get that. Like, it just like that shouldn't need to be said, but it does. But that's the situation we're at with the crown.
the
Um,
croon.
the croon. So is what it is. Take out of it. As far as your life goes, you, the listener, like take out of it what you want to take out of it. Learn to be better. Learn that, just because a person is rich, opulent, and comes from a tradition of rich opulence, it doesn't mean that they're a good person. And learn that you have the strength to be better. You really do. If at any point you're sitting here listening to this story thinking, hey, that's not cool what they did to Meghan Markle, you are already ahead of these people.
Honestly.
You understand that. You are already doing better than these people. You have the strength to be better and choose to be better and use it. You have that. Please use it. So that's just you know what you have to do, and honestly, you're probably, if you're listening to this and even mildly agreeing with, hey, it's not cool to bully somebody because of the color of their skin. You're already doing better than these people. I mean, don't stop there. Keep, follow that path. Keep going down that path, but don't be, you're already doing better than these people. So keep doing better. And Sirius is here. Hello, Sirius. We're not on Facebook. My dog is here. He's
Hi, Sirius.
He's a frequent guest of 90.3 WMSC. We're gonna go to break real quick, and when we come back, we get to talk about more stuff about how WMSC won the IBS Awards Intercollegiate Broadcast System's Best College in the Nation, baby.
Yes, keep it locked.
Keep it locked. You are listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. This is the Morning Buzz, where every weekday at 8, we bring you all the news of the day, all the things, and I am
sweet, sultry voices.
And Sirius, who's apparently really angry about something because he's barking like right next to the microphone, but that's cool. Hazards of working from home, everybody. Although I have brought him into the studio before. It's really cute. He's hung out with us.
Adorable.
But anyway, enough of that. I am Tara. I am joined by...
My name is Jaslyn. How you guys doing?
All right, and right now we are going to throw it to our morning buzz producer, Amanda Marino, one of the hardest working people in this station.
Hello, all.
Hello.
Hello, all. I'm still just blown away the fact that this weekend we took home 4 awards from IBS, including Best College Radio Station in the nation with over 10,000 students at a school. I don't know about you guys, but that makes me so excited, especially after the year that we just had, that everyone at the station worked extremely hard. And also shout out to Annabella for keeping us going. Annabella is our general manager here at 90.3 WMS.
Talk about it.
Claire, she has been helping us and making us still run smoothly during all of this. So we appreciate her and everything else.
Annabella, Adam, our tech person,
shout out to you guys.
Shout out to everybody people have been working nonstop, even from home when we can't get in. I'm still home right now. We've been hustling so hard. And if you want to read more about this, NJ.com ran the story. I'm so this is all over.
That should have really been our top story.
We should have led with that, but I'm glad we didn't, because we had heavy stuff to talk about, and now we could just celebrate.
Yeah, I think the perfect way to celebrate this morning is WCBS actually gave us a shout out this morning on the air.
Nice!
And we have the audio to play right now. Special shout out to Professor Tom Kaminsky, who let us know about this. So here's the audio from Wayne Cabot, who talked about it this morning. Audio is playing right now.
Craig Allen in the Weather Center at WCBS at 8:20. I was just listening as Craig was talking there to a video of a college radio station in New Jersey, and now I understand why they have just been named Best College Radio Station in the country. New Jersey college radio stations did very well this year at the Intercollegiate Broadcasting System Awards. And Montclair State's station, WMSC, Best in the Land, Best Program Director, Best Business Manager. And I'm seeing this video here, their promo for Vinyl-thon, 24 hours of nothing but vinyl. Rutgers, WRSU, won Best Use of Social Media, Best Station Blog, Best News Interview. William Patterson's WPTV won Best Video Sports Program. The College of New Jersey's WTSR won Best Use of YouTube. But congratulations to Station of the Year, WMSC, where Tom Kaminsky, among others, learned the ropes of broadcasting. 8:21 WC.
Ow! This is some awesome stuff. This is some awesome stuff. And I don't know about all you guys, but I feel honored to work here under such great talent. And I'm loving seeing the support from Montclair, from NJ.com, and from these other sources that are telling us and congratulating us on this great win.
WCBS, baby, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I haven't been on the team for that long, but just being surrounded by all these people, it makes me more confident. I worked with Tara last semester, and her and shout out to our other host, Philippe. They were so nice. And, everybody's just so nice. Amanda is amazing. Annabella is absolutely amazing. All the other CMTs are amazing. So, it's it's not fake, and it clearly showed. So, congratulations, WMSC.
Honestly, keeping us going through
DJ Khaled.
DJ Khaled.
What I'll say before I let you two have your show back is I want a special shout out to everyone on the Morning Buzz that's been keeping this running too, because we didn't know if we were going to be able to do this. And I mean, we're approaching that 1 year mark with the COVID-19 pandemic. And I think it's been
just crossed it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just been such an honor that everybody has kind of given up their mornings. And even though we're sick of Zoom and we're sick of all this stuff, I'm proud of everybody for keeping everything going, and obviously proud of all the SMT and from everybody else that just helps us and supports us. And obviously, once again, shout out to Annabella and Adam, who keep us running and keep us sane.
Right. And shout out to you too, Amanda, for juggling the morning show with a rotating cast of people from home
and calling us immediately.
When the transformer's blowing up and stuff.
When Agatha goes and chews on the transformer.
When Agatha goes and assumes room temperature. It's it's just like the amazing amount of work that people have put in, even though there is no immediate payback or gratification. It's just because we love what they do.
And she's a student,
we
like
love
us,
doing
y'all.
this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she's a student just like us,
Aw,
y'all. So
thanks,
it's not
guys.
like she's, some big time producer.
Right.
Like she's a student just like
Any
us.
of the students who have been doing this over, the pandemic, we came through the pandemic with a full morning buzz show, with still doing shows during the day.
Okay,
Yeah,
Still-
and I think that's important for any listeners that don't know out there. And I know we've reminded them before, but we're all voluntarily here. Like nobody's like
Forced to be
paying us. No one's like
Yeah.
anything like this.
No
This is
credits,
more-
no
This
like
is literally
nothing.
because we like being here and we like enjoying being
talking to you.
on like the station at the station and helping create something bigger, get better at broadcasting, do a lot of that stuff. So I like. This has just all been because we want to have fun, we want to learn, we want to do more.
This is the sole reason I get up in the morning.
literally.
Honestly, there are
So-
days, man. There are days when, this, especially over the pandemic, this was really something that, it grounded
Yeah.
me and kept me looking up.
So-
It's...
Hearing this win with that is just because we continued and we didn't let anything stop us. We still have shows that are being pre-recorded and running all throughout the days. This is still live.
Right.
I know
By the
MSU
way-
Newsroom is live. We do that kind of stuff. What were you gonna say, Tara?
No, I just wanted to add on that because, by the way, a lot of the people doing pre-recorded shows now, because we have to do pre-recorded shows from home, didn't used to do that. And people rose to the occasion, learning how to edit, learning how to, work, do their music shows from home and do their talk shows from home, and how to cut that up themselves and submit it in so it could be played on the station. This wasn't a thing that we did before, but we a lot of us rose to the occasion
Exactly.
to learn how to do this. So I'm insanely proud of the entire team, and from
Our
the
resume is
faculty.
about to look really nice, by the way.
It
So shout out
really
to y'all.
is. And also from the faculty end, Annabelle and Amanda and everybody working this stuff, this ain't nowhere in the job description,
It's really
you guys
not.
could have you guys could have straight up been like, yeah, nobody can be in the building, so I'm just gonna resume my teaching duties and over Zoom, and that would have been it because everything is insane right now. Y'all kept us going. If you see any of the pictures from when we first started, when the pandemic started, when we couldn't even get into this building, of Adam's setup on his desk, of all the hardware that he was using to keep us on air. It is amazing.
We've come a long way since.
And
we did
Annabella
that.
just staying on it. So the fact that we picked up this win in the year where every single thing was telling us we shouldn't have been on air,
It feels good.
it really
and
does.
to see that we were able to. I want to thank everybody, even at the MSU and the School of Communication and Annabelle and Adam, because a lot of other stations weren't able to keep going.
There were
and we're
stations
not able-
shutting down.
Yeah, so the fact that we were still able to produce content of some sort, maybe it's not the way we all wanted it, everything to be live, we were still able to get pre-recorded shows. We still have shows like this one that are still live. So if you're listening right now, this is live. We are here in
Yeah.
studio.
And
on
live and in
Zoom,
living color,
live.
baby.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think that's the big part of that too. And that makes me happy that we're still able to do that. So shout out once again to the lovely people all over around the station for letting us keep going. Thank you to IBS for awarding us with that, along with the three other awards too. I want to give a special shout out for that too. That's best production director or program director, and then we had best sound effects and best business director. So that was a real honor too to have those wins, as well as best college radio station in the nation.
Yes, sir.
That's
And we will keep saying that here at
Amazing.
90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
You,
But
Don't forget it. I
At
want
least
that in
one
our new
second.
top of the hour.
at least once every
it's
show.
you're listening to 90.3 WMSC, the best college station in the nation.
country. Yes,
I want
sir.
that. Can we make that happen? I
And
want that. I want that to be
Specifically
even
Amanda's
when
voice.
even when it's the computer just doing automation stuff when no one's here. I want people to be reminded.
Every
of that.
top of the hour, it's just you're reminded constantly. But it's
I want to
been-
write. You know those Twitter bots that just do the same thing over and over.
Mhm.
I want somebody to write one for us, and it'll just at every other college radio station
Yeah.
and just ping every a day at I don't know 4 p.m. or something.
Her petty has come
Yeah.
out.
But
No,
I'm gonna step off
Very
the mic
geeky
and let
petty.
Tara and Jaslyn have the rest of the show, the Wednesday Buzz back. and let them finish out the show for you all here on the
cannot
best
wait.
college radio station
In the nation.
Don't
Yes.
forget it. Don't forget it.
But thanks for having me to chat for a few minutes, Tara, Jaslyn.
Of course.
Thank you so much. You're always welcome.
Speaking of, Twitter bots, you should definitely tweet us at WMSC. Just
Not if you're a bot, though.
Not if you're a bot, but just let us know your favorite memory, since COVID or quarantine or since before.
Right. Or even from like the
reminisce.
station if you want to tell us stuff about like your experience with the station or whatever, like your favorite thing you heard, or if you're an alumni or something, come through. Totally come through. That's the beauty of social media. You don't actually have to be here to come through and like tell us about, because this station, like, this got history. Like, we started out in the basement of the student center way back in the day. If you go down there, there's a couple offices that are really suspiciously divided with like a clear wall in between them, like soundproofing. Like they don't look like they were built for anything, but if like, okay, this used to be the studio, like it makes sense if you see it. And then we moved to Schmidt in the math building of evil. And that's where I started. We were still over there just kind of doing whatever. Like this type of stuff wasn't even in the conversation at that point, and then we moved to the new communication building. We moved here, that was wild doing that whole thing. And then, it's so cool to see our work getting recognized.
And if you definitely go on, if you ever get a chance to go on the website, and read the history and see the first group of students and see all of that, it's amazing. And it's awesome to see it and hear it and to read it. And like I said, I haven't been on the team for a long time, but I feel like I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I've grown so much. Like I always say that my greatest talent and biggest fault is that I talk too much. And, in the beginning, I was always scared. I was like, oh, radio, I'm going to drown out forever. And now look at me, go chatterbox.
It's
in
good
the studio.
Though. You're good at it, and you're still getting better at it. It's heavy stuff. And like one day when I do graduate, there's going to be a really heavy emotional sign off, but that's not today because today
we are the best
station. We the best.
Yes.
Gonna be a hot summer.
Is that what he says?
In one song, he was like, "It's gonna be a hot summer. We the best forever." I can't do a good DJ Khaled.
And then what's the other one? What is it? One more?
Another one.
Another one. Yes.
Another one.
Another one.
It's that. I can't do DJ Khaled. I can't do many rapper impressions. I can do Rick Ross though.
Ooh, do the Rick Ross.
Give me some. You want me to just do like the Maybach music thing?
She did it for me. Okay, so say we're the best station in the nation, but in Rick Ross.
Rick Ross voice. 90.3 WMSC, best in the nation, co-signed by Maybach Music. How was that?
Yo, the first time she ever did. This was the very first time. A little backstory. I'm gonna get a little sloppy.
Yeah, go ahead.
The first time that we met to do like our, get our stories together to report for the next morning. She told me that one year she went as Rick Ross for Halloween.
I did.
And I was like, okay, I need to see this. And she showed me a picture, and I was like, this is incredible. And she was like, I could kind of do an impression of him too. I'm like, all right, I need to hear this. And it was scarily accurate. Like if you close your eyes,
it's bad. I don't have the same amount of confidence in it that you do.
And it's like, just throw some lemon pepper wings and you got it.
Oh my God.
You got it down.
There is a I think it's in the CBB folder at the station. There is one where that voice makes a cameo where it was me and Josh just trading impressions back and forth for the WMSC Wants You thing.
Mm-hmm.
And he put what was the one song he did? Every day I'm hustling in the background, like we just did impressions back and forth. But Amanda, our producer, wants to pipe up. Come on in. We always got time for you. Come on in.
Well, I know I said I was going to be gone for the rest of the show, but
yeah, how dare you?
With the added element of saying that we are the best college radio station in the nation as a fact now. I want to do a little shout out for the Buzz just in general, because if something you miss on the Buzz is not available, like you missed the Buzz because I don't know, you were driving around, or maybe you just missed it, or you only got to watch on Facebook and want to go back and listen later, we are also available on YouTube and now Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And
that's new.
So yeah, that's something new. And so with this added element of being the best college radio station, we're just going to do that self-plug there. So if you're interested in tuning back in later to the Buzz or listening to specific interviews, we are available there now as well. So I just figured it'd be a perfect opportunity to say that. So.
Yeah, if you want something on your commute, you need to listen to something back. You
want to hear me and Tara's sweet, sultry voices.
Yeah, if you need a reason to be mad at the world, if you
we're here for it all.
We got you. Any of the interviews we did, we got you covered.
If you missing an interview or anything like that, we're gonna be keeping it posted on there. So.
Spotify.
That's awesome. So
we moving on up.
WMSC Morning Buzz if you type it in.
Too,
That's right. WMSC Morning Buzz on wherever you receive your podcasts. You can now receive us.
You cannot escape us.
You cannot escape. We take it over.
But you could also continue listening here at 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair, New Jersey, because it's the top of the hour.
Yes,
it is. It is, and that's it for the Buzz today. So, Jaslyn, anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Don't be casually racist, and watch out for raccoons and transmitters.
Yeah, don't be racist, and if you see a raccoon named Agatha, she's a zombie.
She's a zombie and run away.
Run. Ain't nobody watching WandaVision, by the way. I'll get back. That's a different rant for a different day, but anyway.
I can watch it, but yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Amanda, Annabella, everybody on the WMSC staff. We're the best in the nation.
And reminder that you could always tune into the Morning Buzz 8 to 9, Monday through Friday, and also on the weekend at 8 to 9 as well. And on Spotify and Apple and YouTube now as well. So thank you.
All right. Have a good weekday, everybody. Stay safe, stay sane, wear your mask, get your shots, and we'll get through this. So we'll see you soon.
Bye.